We are looking at taxation, right? How we calculate our financial tax and how we get taxed by the government. Now, Lucky, what taxes can you think of that we pay?
The e-toll.
E-toll taxes, right? What's the e-toll for? What's the e-toll for?
So I think the e-toll is also working side by side, same organization with the toll gate, and that fund works with improving our roads.
Our roads, yes. So the e-toll, these taxes is for the usage of our roads, right? What other tax do we have? We know this one. We know this one, right? We know it, right? Pay as you earn. Pay as you earn, right? This is for our annual or monthly income. We then tax this pay as you earn, right? What other tax do we pay? What other tax do we pay? VAT, right? It's value added tax, right? And what percentage? 15%, already inclusive of the product, right? So when you buy a product, you know that that amount is on the shelf, that's the amount we are going to pay, right? That's the VAT we have, right? So now, by the end of this period, right, we will be able to know how to calculate the following. How to calculate our pay as you earn, UIF. What's UIF? Unemployment fund, right? When you become unemployed, you can apply for this relief, right? And pension fund, right? So these three things. You have the pay as you earn, the UIF, and the pension fund is now deducted from where? From your salary, your gross monthly or your gross annual salary, right? Now, I'm going to give you guys these tax tables, right? And from these tax tables, we will be able to calculate, and I'll show you how we calculate our annual tax. It becomes our monthly tax, and then how to calculate our our net monthly salary. So now, let's say, for example, we have a female by the name of Lorraine, right? And let's say Lorraine is 39 years of age, right? 39 years old. And Lorraine earns a taxable annual salary of, let's say, for example, 512,600 Rand per annum. Remember, guys, your tax table is always per annum, right? It's always per annum. So now, what's required from us is we now have to calculate Lorraine's netto monthly salary, right? So now, when you look at your tax table, there are 7 tax brackets. So who can tell me which tax bracket Lorraine falls in? Which tax bracket?
The fourth one.
The fourth tax bracket, right? So Lerato falls between 488,701 and 641, 400, right? That's the tax bracket Lorraine falls in, right? Now guys, what do we do now? 1 to 600, right? This is how much salary is per annum, right?
Yes.
Now, when you look at your tax bracket, when you actually interpret that, it states that Lorraine, for the first 488,700 Rand of her salary, right? The tax she's paying is how much? How much is the tax that she's paying? 115,000 Rand and 762 Rand, right? That's the tax she pays. So what actually happens here, with your annual salary, the salary is divided into 2, right? Already, they stated on the tax table for you, one portion of the salary is taxed this amount, right? And the remaining portion is taxed how much? A percentage, right? Which is given to us as well. In this instance, it's going to be 36%, right? Now if we say 512,600 minus 488, right? 488 and 700 rand, right? How much are we left with? That still needs to be taxed. That still needs to be taxed. Remember this portion, we already know how much the tax is going to be, right? Already?
Yes.
We know that amount already, right? So how much is left to be taxed? 23,900. So this portion is taxed at what percentage? At 36%, right? So we must tax this portion 36%. Now, how much is our tax now for this 23,900 rand? 9,000? 8,684. Any cents?
04.
Excuse me? Any cents? Just like that. Okay, so now this is our tax for the 20,000 rand, right? So now, how much will the tax be on this amount? It's given to us already, right? 115,000 rand, right? So this is my tax. This is my tax on the remaining amount which has not been taxed, right? Plus the tax that we know of, that we are given, right? On this amount, right? Which is 115,762, right? So my total tax for my entire salary will then be how much? 124. 366. This is my tax for my entire salary. Can you see, guys? Lucky, are you with me? So now, this is my entire tax, right? What's very important with taxation, right, is the person's age, right? So here we are looking at the rebates. The rebates basically means tax relief, right? So depending on your tax bracket, depending on your age, the age that will state which relief you will be getting, right? Which rebate you will be getting. Getting a primary rebate, secondary rebate, and tertiary rebate, right? For primary, everybody that pays tax will get a rebate, right? For those 65 years and older, they qualify for primary and secondary, right? For those 75 years and older, they qualify for primary, secondary, and tertiary, right? Add them all together and now subtract that from your annual tax, right? So how is Lorraine? 59 years old, right? So she qualifies for which rebate? Minus the primary rebate, right? Which is 15,714 rand, right? Okay. So now, how much is the total tax for the year? 108,652, right? So now, if this is Lorraine's annual tax, how much will her monthly tax then be? What do we do? We divide it by 12, right? To get her monthly tax, right? How much will that be? 9,054. Any cents? And 33 cents, right? So this will be now Lorraine's monthly tax, right? So now we have Lorraine's monthly tax. In order for me to calculate Lorraine's netto monthly salary, what do I do now? Netto monthly, here we have gross annual, right? What do I do to get my monthly, my gross monthly? Divide by 12, right? I say 512,600 divide by 12. So now I'm getting my gross monthly salary, right? And how much will that be? 42,716, right? And 67. So this will be now Lorraine's gross monthly. This is per annum, right? So this is now gross annual, gross monthly, right? Now I want to calculate Lorraine's netto monthly. I already have the text here, right? What else do I need to calculate now? The UIF, right? And the pension fund. Now guys, remember, UIF is always calculated at 1%, right? The pension fund always at 7.5%, right? Let's quickly do this. I'm going to calculate the UIF for my gross monthly, right? Multiply by 1, divide by 100, right? So now, my UIF will then be 427 and 16 cents, right? My UIF, right? That's my UIF. 427 and 16, right? Are we all there?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to calculate our pension fund, right? From the gross monthly salary, right? Because I've realized that some of the students, they use this figure to calculate the pension fund, right? It's incorrect. You use your gross monthly, right? Which is then 42,716,67 times 7,5 divided by 100, right? What will my pension fund then be?
3203,75.
203,75. So now I have the following. I now have my gross monthly, I have my UIF, I do have my pension fund, and I have my pay as you earn, right? Now what do I do now? I now want to calculate my netto monthly salary, right? I now say gross, right? My gross monthly salary, which is 42,716 rand and 67 cents. I subtract my UIF, which is 427 and 16 cents. I subtract my pension fund, which is how much? 3203, right? 3203 and 75 cents. I subtract also what? My tax, right? My pay as you earn, right? Which is 905 4 and 23 cents, right? So what will my take home salary then be? My net salary, what will that be? How much will that be?
3,031.
3,031,43. So my net salary, guys, will then be 30,031 rand and 43 cents. So that is the amount. Can you see? I'm going from 42 from a gross. After all my deductions, I'm ending up with 30,031 rand, right? And that's how you interpret, and that's how we use the tax table in order to calculate our taxes, our UIF, and our pension fund, right? Any questions, guys? Are we all good? So tomorrow we'll look at something else again, right? Thank you guys for a lovely afternoon.